We organization. How many direct phone calls would you say you've had with Justin Trudeau?
We've never spoken to Justin Trudeau on the phone, ever. Don't have his email, don't know how to reach him. And I think that's a misconception. When you take a look at our organization, less than 1% of our budget comes from the federal government. We as an organization, maybe we're naive in our engagement with these individuals who are doing speaking and helping the cause, but fundamentally, why we did what we did was always to help children.
And how do you believe this has gone so pear-shaped?
I think that the pandemic hit. I think that the pandemic politics, I think that good intentions were rushed. I think that there was a minority government and a political freight train. And I think that unfortunately in all of this, people have lost sight of what is being lost. And 100,000 students lost an opportunity to volunteer over the summer. Nonprofits lost their help. And now millions of children will lose this organization.
And the finance minister lost his job. Your reputation is damaged. And now today you're announcing the charity in Canada is essentially defunct.
But we also have to remember what hasn't been lost, to be candid. That by the actions today, we have been able to ensure that projects around the world will continue through this endowment, a hospital for a safe place for women to give birth, a group of secondary schools to escape early childhood marriage. We've been able to ensure that education resources all get placed in a digital format and accessed. It is a terrible situation today, but we're fighting as hard as we can to maintain what we can for young people in Canada and around the world. And over the past 25 years, so much more has been accomplished. When we started, we were literally shoved into lockers, not metaphorically, literally. It was so uncool to make a difference. After We Days and celebrations, young people went from the least likely to volunteer in Canada to now one of the most likely demographics to volunteer in Canada. Millions of young people, they are discovered a cause that will never be lost.
Do you think in a way it's that, the celebrities you became, the celebrities you attracted, that is the ultimate demise of this?
We know that a lot's been lost in the process. We've never considered ourselves celebrities. It's not about us. I mean that sincerely. It's about the kids, and that's why we always get up in the morning, and I've got 2 little girls at home, and that's why I get up in the morning, is to create a better Canada, a better world for them. And a lot has been lost in this process, but in the last 25 years, so much has been gained.
But so much has been lost in the last 25 days. Forget about 25 years, it's an avalanche. And I know that you've now paid back the $33 million in that initial investment, and yet the cost to you say, is $5 million, and that you've elected to waive your right to repayment on that. How could any charity even think about eating $5 million?
We charity incurred $5 million, as you say, of expenses.
On what? In 9 days, in such a short time?
In the weeks of building, hiring over 400 staff and building the program, but we wanted to waive the repayment of that because we wanted to ensure that Canada didn't bear a burden on this entire experience. But to your point, I'd like to issue a challenge to the Prime Minister. So we didn't have to waive that $5 million in expenses. So that's an extra $5 million the government has. I hope the Prime Minister gives that $5 million directly to the
worldwide train.
We'll just run away. It's hard to serve papers to a moving target.
Exactly. Besides, we have all the gunmen on the train.
I guess the other option is we have a worldwide wax museum and also worldwide Walmart greeters, both of which are kind of inanimate objects. They could be placed in the mosh pit in lieu of real human beings, and you could sort of, because it will be cold enough that the wax figures aren't going to melt under extreme contact.
Right.